Hey everybody, Grimm here. We're back on Feed the Beast, and today we're actually going to be doing a world tour. So, I'm going to take you through pretty much everything from start to finish of what I've done in this world, starting with right over here. Figure it's about time we do another world tour, specifically for Feed the Beast, because I haven't done one for this map yet, since we reset. And then I actually started off way out in that direction. I mean way out there. So I came around, and for anyone who sees this that doesn't know, this is for MindCrack Feed the Beast, for the mod pack for Minecraft. So you're going to be seeing a lot of different interesting stuff that's not in regular Minecraft. But there you go. I didn't get rid of that, man. Put my quarry away. So we're going to start off. I came across this area and there was a lot of trees. It was wooded, and this was actually a split up island here, and there was a lot of sand over here and trees and other stuff and whatnot. But I've cleared it all out recently, and originally I came over and I found this little village here, and I decided I was going to burrow in right here and settle here in case I decide to do trading with some villagers, which still has not happened. So I made this little doorway, and I came in here, and this is my little hidey hole for the first couple days or so. There's still some junk stuff in here. Eventually I made trapdoors and put the door in here and put a trapdoor here. I didn't want zombies banging on it all the time. So originally I had a piece of dirt in front of it for the longest time, and just I'd say within the past couple weeks I put in the trapdoor. My furnace is here, and then I tunneled down to do all my mining. This wasn't here, I added this. But I tunneled down to do my mining to get the diamond. And I'll actually come over here and see all those I carved all this out with a quarry, but never mind that right now. I kept going down, and you see all those tunnels right there? All of those were my mining shafts to find diamond and to keep mining through and everything. And actually, yeah, there's a jetpack. There's my main shaft going down right there, and then all the ones coming out the side of that. So I got diamond. That was my main mine. I can't really show you anymore because, well, it's pretty much gone. But I came back up, and my nether portal's here. I'm not going to go into the nether to show you anything. There's nothing important over there other than a blaze spawner area that I encapsulated pretty much. But, you know, you got your enchanting station and all the potion stuff back here. Why I made this room this big, I don't really know. I remember I started carving out this room, and I made it this big for a reason at the time. What the reason was, I don't remember. But this is what it gave. And originally, I don't think it was for enchanting and stuff. I think it was for something else. I think I was actually going to make that my base, and I decided not to. So I came up here. Oh, here's some more storage I have. This is mainly all my books and stuff. You're glitching, dude. So we're going to go over here. And I came over here and I dug in. As you can see, this is my base. I dug down and I came in and I hollowed this out. And I put glass up here, and this is the main level of my base. And I haven't been in this general area for quite some time, really. Just a little bit here, a little bit there, because I've been busy with beekeeping over there. So anyone not familiar with Feed the Beast, there's a lot of new stuff in here. I will go through and show some of the stuff, but you know, probably not everything, because a lot of people who are familiar with Feed the Beast already know what all of it is. So I came in, I hollowed this out, and my main thing I was worried about was power, creating power, because you can't really do anything in Feed the Beast without power. So what the heck did I do? Well, originally my power stuff was over in here, and I had this wall set up. This was an actual wall here, and then I hollowed out behind it back here later on. So all my stuff was built into the wall, and eventually I took the wall down and relocated all my power stuff over here. These are thermal generators. Lava pumps into them, and they pump energy units out and into MFEs, which are like mid-level batteries. And then those pump energy out and into these things, which are MFSUs, which are like high-level batteries. And then each of these put out a different amount of energy at a different rate. These are medium power, these are high power, high voltage, I guess you could say. And then this puts out power going up here, wherever that goes, I don't remember. And then down here. And here I've got biomass generators. Now biomass pumps into these and they generate power and go out and feed everything here. So that's my main power system, is running off of, and I've got a semi-fluid generator up here that I never use. It's for creosote. Creosote is a byproduct made in a coke oven. You put coal in here, it becomes coal coke. You get creosote. You can burn that off into energy. Coal coke, is it coal coke? Yeah, coal coke is used in a blast furnace here to create steel as well as other things. So you come in here, and I just added this part down here, but this is my automatic power area. I can open up a bag. It's like an ender chest, and they've got codes on them. And notice the yellow dot there, and then the red white dot there. It's coded so you can have different sets of ender chests do different sets of things. And this pouch works with an ender chest. See that chest over there opened up? It's linked to that chest. So I've got another pouch in here, and when I open that one, it's linked to these chests, which sends anything that takes energy, which all my armor does, nanosuit stuff, takes energy. Goes in here, gets spit into the high voltage MFSU, gets charged, gets spit back out, and I pick it back up. I had recycler stuff in here. We'll go back out. Here's my main bulk of machinery. Now I'll cover that in a minute. I've got barrels over here, and this was my first real storage area, was these barrels along the wall. And a barrel will hold 64 stacks of items, and a stack of items is 64 items. So these will hold quite a bit of stuff, and there's an upgrade you can make called extra dimensional storage, and that will allow one barrel. If I applied it to this, that will allow that barrel to hold 1,024 stacks of an item. It's a lot of shit. Actually, 1,024 stacks. All this cobblestone here, all these barrels filled with cobblestone. Actually, there's only 2 of them that aren't completely full. If those 2 are completely full, that makes up, I believe it was 1,024 stacks in all those barrels. So all of that inside one barrel. I've got dirt, gravel, sand, lapis, nickelite, which is new with Feed the Beast. It's not a Minecraft thing. Redstone, of course. Iron, which is in regular Minecraft. But then there's copper, tin, gold, Xi crystals, Vs shards from Thaumcraft, which is another mod added into Feed the Beast. If you're not familiar with Feed the Beast, there's a lot of mods in it. Look it up. It's a lot of fun to play. I'm not going to go into a lot of time explaining everything with Feed the Beast because this isn't for that. This is a world tour to show off my world, what I've done. But over here I've got all my main MJ power. There's 2 different types of power. This is all the MJ power stuff over here. It's empty. Where's this at? Okay. And you know, I've got a thermionic fabricator, a rolling machine, which is kind of obsolete now, because you needed a rolling machine to make mixed metal ingots, or is it mixed alloy ingots? You know what? Let me look up an item here. I needed alloy. What was it? I just made this, and I needed ingots for something. What was it? Right there. Advanced alloy. Make that in a compressor from a mixed metal ingot. To get the mixed metal ingot, is shapecraft, refined iron plate, bronze plate, and tin plate. Now, it used to be, it was 3 refined iron bars, 3 bronze bars, and 3 tin bars inside of a rolling machine to get the mixed metal ingot. Well, they changed it. Now to get this, you have to have a plate bending machine, which is exactly what this machine over here is. I don't think I mentioned it in my latest videos, but I had to make this machine and put in to be able to make those plates. And it takes low voltage, and everything over here I have set as medium voltage. They have upgrades in them, transformer upgrades to use medium voltage, because this is all low voltage. And what I didn't show on camera, because I wasn't even thinking about it, I just plopped this right down to the medium voltage coming out of there, and everything here exploded. And I had to pick everything up, chest it up, remake everything, and put everything back down again. And I got this, and I didn't bother making the pipe and chest for that, but here's where I threw everything down. My bed got broken, I had to put my bed back down, everything. This is an armor stand. It holds a second set of armor for you. I just made this recently in the past week. So I got a whole second set of armor there. So if I die, go in lava, or I die like 1,000 blocks away and I come back to my bed, boom, I got armor right there. That armor has a jetpack, so I can fly right back to my stuff. Now over here, I've got an assembly table, which does a lot of cool things. I'll show you here, if you're not familiar with it. Well, if you are familiar with it, just so you can see it working. Boom. I gotta make it a special type of gate. These lasers work on the assembly table to build the item, and then it spits into that bottom chest when it's done. And that runs off of, all these run off of MJ power, which comes out of this room over here. And this lever controls the power output from that unit there. It's like a battery bank, so to speak. And it is dark out, so let's change that. Which I don't know why. I mean, I'm going downstairs to cover everything down there anyway. Now if you notice here, this goes back over to the house where we were. And this keeps going down. Originally, down here is where my lava is stored. Like all my creeper heads. Here's where all my lava is stored. And I pump this straight from the nether now. But I didn't used to. I used to have set up a bunch of, I think it was 19 magma crucibles down here. And that entire wall right there was barrels of netherrack from the nether. And I had an ender chest here pumping netherrack into all those barrels. And I'd have a wall of redstone engines pumping netherrack out of those barrels through buildcraft pipes into all the different magma crucibles. And each of them had a hopper into all the magma crucibles. And then the magma crucibles were powered by magmatic engines, which run off lava. So then the lava, it took netherrack and it turned it into lava. The lava came out of the pipe, down, and it fed back into the engine, but it didn't take it all. And part of it fed back around into the tank. So it was self-powered pretty much. I just had to make sure I kept up with bringing netherrack over from the nether. Well, then somebody had commented, I think it was Master Hork, commented, why don't I get into using tesseracts? And a tesseract, you can use liquids. There's a liquid tesseract, there's an item tesseract, you can move solid objects, and there's a energy tesseract, which you can move power at a 25% loss rate of what you send. So if I send and it's MJ power. So if I send 100 MJ power through it, only 75 is coming out the other side. But, you know, I got my liquid tesseract here, and there's pipe going, that's a facade. There's pipe going down into the floor and pumping over here and going into the tank, pumping all the lava in. And I created this pedestal, and I don't know, I redid this room, and I wasn't really going anywhere with it, but it ended up like this, and no one really commented on what they think I should do with the room, so it just hasn't changed. And I kept some netherrack in case I needed any for anything. Then I went on down and started a quarry mine. Actually, I did it with my turtles. Turtles are with computer craft. You can set a turtle down, tell it to excavate, and then say like 5. Excavate 5. So it would excavate a 5x5 area. So it would go, if you set it down on this block here, it would go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then back around to itself in this 5x5 chunk, it would excavate it straight down to bedrock. And it would bring all the blocks back up to you, and it's an easier way to mine than doing it yourself. Because, you know, you see this? There's a lot of different ores involved with the game now. There's a lot of stuff down here. Just kind of ignore it for a second. I want to show you the walls. See all the different colors in the walls? It's a bunch of different types of ores. You know, there's V shards, there's Zycraft blocks, there's iron, there's aluminum. Where's their copper? There's copper somewhere around here. Iron, uranium. There's copper somewhere. There's amber there. I think that's nicolite there, or for what the heck is that stuff? Or sapphires. Coal, of course. Silver. What the hell is that? Starts with an A. I for the life of me can't remember. I'll get to this stuff in a minute. But I started digging all that out with turtles, and then eventually I moved on to a quarry and moved out of that area and now up topside, which is what that giant hole was that you saw me walk into down there with my original mine. That's where I set the quarry up for the first run to test it out. So eventually I needed more advanced machinery. So I created this room and I routed power to it. And over here is where I put my industrial centrifuge, which if you centrifuge lava, you will get copper, tin, electrum, and tiny pile of tin dust. And I need to empty these. Copper's going to be overflowing. 54 stacks. That's just from lava, by the way. Any regular viewers, that's just from lava. 54 stacks. That's nice, since I put it over here. These other ones I have set up for whatever I throw in here. And there's pipes in the back, piping it all out down to a chest where a transposer grabs it, takes it up, and puts it in barrels. That's where I do my uranium to get uranium rods for my nuclear reactor in the basement. But here I've got my industrial blast furnace, which I've upgraded a couple times. I got to upgrade it again just to make sure I've got the highest heat setting I can have. These different color blocks are for different heat capacities. And if I add more of these pink ones to it, that'll go from 2360 to like 2550 or something like that. The industrial grinder here, again, different capacity blocks. And this has to have water and power. Now I've got an implosion compressor for creating... What the heck did I create with this? I don't remember what I created with this actually. Oh, I created an iridium plate. Which iridium is highly sought after in this game. And it is definitely hard to get. So now we're going to go downstairs. And when I came down here, you know, I started going my turtles this way and that way. With hollowing it out all the way to bedrock. And I went so far and I stopped. I had some of these pathways I left here. And actually it was only over to here that I did it like this. Yeah, see the wall down there? That's where I stopped at. And then I started working it that way. And just hollowed everything out down to bedrock. Came back up. And spit the items back into pipes. Well, I had the pipes come down to chests originally, and I would empty the chests and take the items upstairs and do what I wanted with it. Well, then I set up this sorting system, and it's a lot of barrels, and it's just a chest. It's an item tesseract here, and I have a quarry that goes out topside, like I did a pass with the quarry right over there. It chopped through the ocean. Everything the quarry grabs, it spits through a tube into the item tesseract. It then comes out here and into this chest. And that takes it from buildcraft pipes to red power stuff. That's the transition, is the chest. There might be a better way, I don't know. And then this is a transposer. It sucks items out of this chest one by one and sends it through pneumatic tubes. And it's kind of a smart system because it'll send it to its first available location for the item. So if you have a barrel of iron, you know, it'll send iron right here rather than sending it down here first. So it goes through all this pneumatic pipe, and it goes down and it circles around, and it comes back this way, and it comes down here, and it circles around, and it comes back this way. And I had to create more locations for some stuff because I just got too much of it. You know, there's some stuff I gotta... Anything that's not in a barrel goes into this chest. If you're going to set up a system like this, you need to have a chest at the end to catch anything you don't anticipate or anything that won't stack in a barrel. These shards do not stack in a barrel. They do if you put them in by hand, but putting them in with a transposer pneumatic pipe, they will not go into a barrel. If I'm wrong, send me a video response and show me that you can do it and how to do it. That would be awesome. Rocky princesses from hives in the ground come here because I don't have a spot for them. Sandstone, I don't have a barrel for that either. As you can see here, I got 3 stacks of diamonds plus 41, plus I got a stack upstairs. So you get a lot of diamonds doing this, which is good because I really like weapons and stuff. I use diamonds for about everything now. I don't really worry about everything else because you can make swords out of rubies, which is what these are. Green sapphire, blue sapphire. I thought there was another sapphire. I could be... Uranium, amber, lapis, clay. Oh, apatite. Apatite was that block I couldn't think of. There's iridium. Those are hard to get, and they're very, very few and far between. So that's my sorting system. Where's apatite? There's apatite. When you mine it, that's what it looks like. This is a bunch of stuff that was already in a chest before I had to expand my sorting system. and this is where it all went. So, and that's, you know, there's some odd stuff in here from where I had it set up. Oh, there's glowstone dust? Holy shit. I need to take that with me. I'll forget that's there. Where I had it set up in Twilight. But what's more important down here is my biomass system and my nuclear reactor. I'll cover the biomass first. This big jumble of mess is for the biomass, and it is exactly what I just said, a giant mess. I really need to redo this with tesseracts, and it will cut out a lot of this piping. I've already sat down and thought about how to do it. Ooh, I'm running out of sugar cane. Oh, it's because I'm also... No, yeah, because I'm also sending it over here. What's my dirt level at? It's okay. Alright. So yeah, it's because I'm also sending it over here. So, the blue... I'll take it out of the blue, and this will stockpile it again. So anyway, I've got all these sugarcane farms here, and that's a sugarcane harvester right there. And that spits sugarcane out and into the pipe, comes up the pipe, hits the diamond pipe, gets sorted. Any wheat from the very bottom level goes over here to the auto crafting tables, and the wheat goes in here. When the wheat's in here with dirt, and there's like one more in each of these locations, compost is made. It gets pumped out the side, compost comes up, follows this gray pipe, back into here, gets pumped around these pipes into these fermenters because it needs compost. The sugarcane also routes through these pipes into the fermenters. But some of the sugarcane cuts off to come over here into these auto crafting tables. I can turn these off now, by the way. To create, it circles up like this and it creates a plant ball. If you send a plant ball out and around, follow the pipe, dumbass, and over to the macerator. Macerator takes a plant ball, turns it into 8 dirt. It then gets pumped from here out over and over into these auto crafting tables to create the dirt supply. And this is powered by a biogenerator back here, which is a line going through the wall being pumped to it from the tank here. Why is this not looking full? 60, 64, 62, 64, 63, 64. Any sugarcane that doesn't go in here comes down. Ooh. Yep, compost all over the place. So any sugarcane and compost that doesn't go in comes down here. I see I have too much compost. Red. Okay, there we go. That'll allow it to pass through. Compost goes there, but now it's going to pass through. Sugarcane comes over here and goes into a barrel. And then these are constantly pumping it out to send it back through the system and keep those fermenters full at all times. I was running out of sugarcane. I was getting really close to running out of sugarcane. So I came over here and I created, I think it's 3 more farms, but only 2 of them are being harvested. Yeah. Only 2 of them are being harvested. The third one down here hasn't, the harvester's not low enough to pick it up. I thought it would be, but it's not. I don't have Optifine installed right now. There was an update. I gotta redo Optifine, so Bedrock Fog is back on. I can't stop it, so I'm not gonna go all the way down there. But I started another farm over here for seeds for all my bee stuff. So that's my biomass system. And I actually pump biomass out of the side of the tank over here and send it up in those pipes to send it up to... It goes up over here to go to my biogenerators up top for my power production. And it also goes into this liquid tesseract, which supplies the bio engines out from my quarry. Now if we drop down here, I kind of created my nuclear reactor chamber down here, made it look like it's hanging from the ceiling on chains. I like it. I think it's a good look. I haven't seen it with Bedrock Fog though. Not bad. But you know, you come in here, I've got 2 reactors, and they're spent right now. I gotta put more uranium into them. But when they're turned on, they put out, I think it's 324 energy per tick. Now, if you're wrong button there. If you're not familiar with Feed the Beast, a tick. There's a tick. Come on, find the hole. Throw some flour on it. Find the hole. 324 energy units per tick. There's 20 ticks per second to give you an idea of how fast that is. Now, when that's on, it feeds straight to this. This is a matter fabricator made to create UU matter. UU matter is used to craft pretty much anything in the game. It's like a cheating material. You can use it to craft anything you want. These are information panels, each one for each reactor. It says off right now. Here's my switch to turn it on and off. One of them sends to a wireless receiver, which sends a signal to another receiver topside, which is hooked up to safety stuff. Safety stuff. We'll go with that. So that if the hull temperature of the reactor starts to overheat, it'll automatically send out a signal to shut them down, which sends a signal directly to the reactor and kills power. So that is my nuclear system. I just need to keep up with enough uranium to keep it going on a regular basis. The whole point of that with the UU matter is to create this stuff, iridium, because that stuff is needed for a lot of the really advanced stuff to do, and it's really hard to get. It takes forever to get some iridium. So if I can create, and what I would do with that first, is create some iridium plates and create some hybrid solar panels, maybe an ultimate hybrid solar panel, and put up there. That way it's getting a lot of energy from solar panels to keep it running without the need for uranium. That way I can use it to make other high-end stuff like a quantum suit of armor and things like that. Just some really uber high-end stuff. So if we go out here, like I said, I don't have Optifine on, so I can't really go underwater and you see anything. But from what you can see, or if you can see this, there's a giant chunk in the earth where I've dug down to bedrock with my quarry. The last pass was over here, and I dismantled it. But we'll go over and cover it. The quarry is fed by, I got 3 bio engines, which run on biomass, but they also need lava to keep them at a certain temperature. So the biomass, it's kind of like a real engine, a real biomass engine. It has to heat up before it's going to run properly to keep the biomass at a certain, it's kind of like what is it, diesel engines that are converted to run on like french fry grease. Now when it's cold out, it'll run, but those tanks that hold the grease have a heating coil in them to heat the grease up to make it more liquefied, make it run smoother, and it'll burn better in the engine. It keeps it hot. That's kind of what the lava does with a biogas engine here. If you picture the biomass as french fry oil, the lava's heating it to make it work better. In essence, that's what it is applied to the game. The energy comes through the conduit, feeds into the quarry, which is right here. I took it out to keep, as long as the quarry's down, it'll keep all these chunks loaded. And I wanted this to be a smoother video, so I took it out. Because I got this, I got a chunk loader over there, I got a chunk loader in the nether. I got a chunk loader somewhere else. I got chunks loaded all over the place. But the liquid tesseract feeds bio over here to the engines. Anything the quarry grabs goes through the tubes and gets sorted into 2 different tesseracts. One goes to the sorting system. The other goes to the recycler. The recycler is for items I have way too much stuff of, like cobblestone and dirt, which is mostly what a quarry's going to return. And it goes into a recycler machine, which creates scrap. Scrap is fed into the matter fabricator to create the UU matter. I have a full extended barrel of scrap. I have over 1,000. I have 1,024 stacks of scrap. So I put a void pipe onto the recycler tube, and it all just goes into a void pipe, which completely destroys it. Now over here, I create a little bridge, a little beach type area, you know. My boat's kind of floating in the air there, being held up by ghosts. It's kind of freaky. I've never done that before. Huh. So over here I was going to create like little bungalows, you know. I thought it'd be pretty cool. Create like 3 or 4 of them right here, little bungalows just out on the beach, you know. I think it'd be pretty cool. I still haven't done that yet, but I can't wait to get to that. I'm gonna love it. Just make me a little bungalow out on the water. There's a pissed off Enderman. Don't kill me, dude. My sword's about to break. So here's the giant hole that I did with the quarry, the first pass I did. This is a creeper spawner. Also in this game you got soul shards, and if you make a soul shard you get so many kills on it, it becomes like a tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. When you've got a tier 1, which is 64 kills, you have to have it in your hotbar, but 64 kills, and I killed 64 creepers to get it there. And you put that inside of a soul cage, and it automatically spawns at a certain rate, so many. You can get it up to a tier 5, which takes a redstone signal to shut it off. And that spawns like 4... using creepers as an example, you can use zombies or skeletons or whatever you want, but that'll spawn like 4 creepers, like that, like every second, every half second, 4 creepers, boom, boom, boom. It's insane. So I would do that for like a drop to get all their items to stack up on gunpowder. So my original farms are over here. Originally that was sugar cane to start off. I created it. I turned it into cactus because I needed cactus for green dye. It took me forever. I had to go to the desert clear over by my stronghold, which is a beacon. You can see how many blocks it is. I'm not going to go over there though. I found cactus over there. I brought some back to plant some, so I always have it here. I planted corn. I planted a bunch of stuff over here, but recently I filled it up with flax, which flax, when you break it, gives you flax seeds and string. And string is really useful if you're trying to make wool or bows, which I was trying to do at the beginning, and I was, you know, needed string. I spent I had all this planted and it was here, and then I spent like an entire 2 days in Minecraft looking for spiders to kill them to get string to make a bow, and the plants were already planted, and I forgot all about them until afterwards when I had already made the bow. So that's, you know, a testament to my memory. Up here I created this platform to do some Thaumcraft stuff, and I haven't done a lot of it on camera. I actually had a creeper blow up here and it destroyed one of my niters, and I had to redo my chest here. It's a different sapphire I got from something, I don't remember what. Fire charge. I haven't done anything with Thaumcraft in a while. I need to because it does interest me. Down here I got auto feeders for my cows, my moos. I just throw some wheat in there. If there's one close enough, it'll hit it with wheat. It'll go these hearts. It'll be ready to mate. You know, they do the nasty. They do their thing, and then babies are born. And then I bring my looting sword over here. Just slaughter all but 2. Reset them. Good to go. Here is where I get all my wood. Now this is a simplified version. There were more pipes. This was insane. Originally I was going to do my biomass right under here, so I was feeding the saplings down to a fermenter to convert the saplings to biomass. Well now, oh cool. Oh man, that's going to be a lot of wood. 408 stacks of wood. Nice. 128 stacks of saplings, 73 stacks of sand. Now this feeds, automatically pumps humus, or humus, however you want to say it. I say humus. If you don't like it tough, that's what I say. Into the arboretum. Hang on guys. Okay guys, sorry about that. Pumps humus into an arboretum. It also pumps saplings into an arboretum. Because this up here is a harvester. Now, I thought these were green. Maybe not. Maybe that's just for the farm. A harvester, once a tree pops, which there's not one right now, chops it down, and it sends the wood down into the pipes, which comes through into the chest. The chest gets sucked out and put into there. Saplings get thrown into the arboretum. If they won't fit in the arboretum, they go to the chest where they get pumped out. Also, when a tree grows, it turns the humus into sand. The sand gets pumped out into the chest and comes to this. And then the humus, which is in this chest, gets pumped back around and back into the arboretum. And to give you an idea, this chest up to this block was completely full of hummus. And it's almost out of it, so I'm going to have to make a lot more. I mean, I've got 408 stacks of wood. A stack of 64. That's a lot of wood. Got wood. But yeah, that's where I get all my wood. So I just put in the pumpkins because it was a quick way to get seeds for all my bee stuff. We'll cover that later. This, I don't know what the hell I had this as originally. I think I had it as a farm set up as a... Yeah, I had to have had it set up as a farm. That's the only way that water got there. Eventually I destroyed it, took it away. I do it by hand now because I had that feeding off of a different system and I had it feeding this as well. But there's carrots here too. I was going to put another farm here. That's why this is kind of squared off. And I ended up not doing it. Over here, I've got my rubber trees. And something to know about Feed the Beast. If you're going to play it, anytime you start a new map, look around, see if you can find a rubber tree. Tops of the trees have two leaves, 2 blocks of leaves sticking straight up. And then the tree will have like a spot like that on it. And that's rubber. You need this stuff. You cannot do anything with machinery in this game if you don't have a good supply of rubber from these trees. So as soon as you start a map up, if in the first 20 minutes you don't find a tree, you don't find a rubber tree, if I were you, I would delete that map, delete that seed, and start a new world over again until you start one where within the first 20 minutes or so you can find a rubber tree. Otherwise you could be looking for hours. There's been maps I've had where I looked for over an hour and I wasn't anywhere close to one. I'd go into creative mode, look around, I couldn't find any. You know, some maps I scout out before I even bother starting them because I don't want to take like 6 hours to find something. Especially that. That is highly needed. And actually this map, I didn't do that. I ended up searching around. I ended up finding a tree way out there. Where the hell did I? Actually, I don't know. I don't remember where I found a rubber tree at, but it wasn't around here. I found it, brought it back, planted it, got a couple saplings from it when I cut it down, which you could cut one down and not get any saplings from either, and replanted and just kept doing that till I had enough over here. And now I've got an extractor over there which takes 1 piece of rubber and turns it into 3. Over here I built me a little hut. I like my little hut. And I put little apiaries out here for bees. Since then I moved all the apiaries up here and automated them and labeled them what they are. Inside my little hut, I've been draining this, by the way, for anyone who's a regular viewer. Draining all the biomass. Is it all out yet? I don't know. Yep, all the biomass is out. I can take all that out now. I got a centrifuge here. But, you know, you put the bees in the apiaries, and let me show you here. The drone mates with the princess. The princess becomes a queen. This is the life of the queen. When the queen dies, she creates more drones, a princess, and during her life cycle creates honeycomb. This one creates stringy comb. Here's the comb. It also creates a byproduct of pollen. Pollen is used in other things. You can start off with the basic bees like forest bees, and they give you an actual honeycomb. Those combs you put into a centrifuge, powered by MJ. And when you centrifuge it out, there's none over here, but I'll show you in a minute. But I've got a bunch of bees. These are the really good bees I got during mutations. Here's some stuff I have for building frames. The frames, you saw some in this one I showed you. It was a special type of frame called a chocolate frame. The frames do different things. If you add, like I create, impregnated frames. And impregnated frames increase the output of the byproduct, like the honeycomb and the pollen. It increases how much of that the queen spits out in a lifespan. These chocolate frames increase the rate at which these mate and die and create more drones, while it takes away from how much pollen and comb drops from it. Now, those combs, they go, and actually for you new people, I'll cover this first. These are apiaries. These are more advanced versions of those. And and these do better quality. I had to do some mutations on this one, and the mutations, for anyone who has been watching lately, I told you, you know, if you use uranium in these mutator blocks, it's like a 30%. There's 10% here, 10% there, 10% there, 30%. It works great. I had to do some mutations to get some more majestics, to get another set of, is it these ones? Yeah, another set of imperial bees, because I wanted 2 sets, and it was perfect. I filled those with uranium. I even put soul frames down there, and first try, boom, I had pure. I had to start from the beginning. I had to make commons, I had to make majestics, I had to make a cultivated, and then I got to make the imperial. And each mutation I did, you know, restack the uranium, perfect ones right out of here. I got a full, and when I say perfect, I can't really show you right now. I don't have one on me that's already been BLized, but its active and inactive trait were purebred. It wasn't a half-breed or anything like that. So it was perfect bees right out of there. I was really happy. This is the new bee center. And I did it like this with the sand walkway here to cover up the piping and stuff behind here. And you can see here I've got the chest right here. Everything gets sucked out of here in the transposer to go into the barrels below. And this is actually new stuff here. This hasn't been seen yet. You're seeing it now. I've got all my centrifuges set up here. I've got 4 of them with hoppers on top with room for extra items. And then I've got squeezers. I've got 1 for honey, which I haven't done any in yet, and I've also got 1 for seed oil, which I haven't got any in yet either. And I got carpenters here to make different stuff. Now if we go below, which we're going to do, see, here's the power production for over here. It's 20 biogas, biogas, or is it biofuel? Biogas. 20 biogas engines running off of biomass. Each of these output 5 MJ per tick. So this is putting out 100 MJ per tick to feed into 2 battery banks, redstone energy cells, and these all feed out over to here, and it's gonna split. It only goes this way for now, and it goes up that wall to feed all that. It's gonna go up this way to feed all my bee machines soon. But when a comb goes into a centrifuge, because see, I got this fake wall here, and I did this just to hide all this stuff. Nice fake wall, which that's going to be closed in like this. But when a honeycomb goes into a centrifuge, it turns into beeswax, which is that one there, and honey drops, which is that one. Other stuff can also give you honeydew, propolis, royal jelly, which is needed to make ambrosia, as well as an an alveary, with that bigger version. It requires royal jelly. Hey you. The pollen that is also needed to create the alveary. Cocoa beans, sugar, which is a byproduct of the valiant bees, I think. And then I've got all of my wax capsules, which I keep seed oil and honey in. If it sounds like my speech keeps messing up, that's because it is. Rarely do I ever actually talk like this long straight. So, bear with me. I'm going to go back up here. We're going to block that off again. And I'm going to have all the bee machinery over here, the inoculator, the gene pool, and all that stuff over here. But I haven't figured out where I'm going to put my tank for the liquid DNA yet. I still got to... Ooh, chunk error. Show me stuff. Show me diamonds? Nope. Okay, good enough. So I think we're going to take down some of these walls down to here and just keep it a walkway and keep it open. I'll put upside down stairs over here to keep spiders from crawling up after me. I like it. I think it's nice. But that's all my new machinery there. I'll have all the actual bee machinery over here. Stay tuned for that. That should be within the next week. I will get started on it at least, because I work full time. So I don't have as much time to be on here as I would like to be. So that is my world. I can go, and most of this stuff throughout my video series, I've gone in depth on. So if you'd like any information on any of this stuff specifically, reference my current videos out there. But right now where I'm at is building this new center for the bees here, getting the new machinery, and then I can start working on getting the higher end bees. like diamond bees, emerald bees, copper bees, and they create, the reason they're called that is because the stuff that comes from their honeycomb is diamond dust, copper dust, emerald dust, and copper dust. I can put that into an implosion compressor and create actual emeralds and diamonds. There's also a ruby bee. Where'd you go, dude? Oh, he went away. Cool. There's also a ruby bee. There's a lot of different kinds of bees. But some of the ones, there's an XP bee, an Edenic effect, Explorer effect. It gives you experience points. And it's one hell of a way to rack up experience for enchanting, but it takes a lot of them to be able to do it. But in an end result, you know, I find the bees, at first I was leery of them. I didn't want to get into them at all, because it's a lot of extra work, a lot of extra knowledge you got to find out about it. But now that I'm into them, I really enjoy it. I just got to get into the Thaumcraft more. So, and I might actually move that center from here, because Thaumcraft, it throws the magic field around you out of balance. And when it gets thrown out of balance, it creates lightning and all this other stuff, and I don't want that happening around my base. So I'll probably move that to the other base that I talked about, where I might move my main base. And if you're a normal watcher, you know what I'm talking about, that lava field where the other nether portal is. But this goes to the Twilight Forest, and I'm not going to go there now because I haven't gone anywhere there except for that hollow hill to chop down. So that is the world as it is today. I hope you liked this episode. If so, a like is appreciated. It really helps me out. If you're not subbed already and you like what you've seen, go ahead and hit the sub button. Check out my other videos. And I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.